Good morning, everybody. Again, second video of the day, highly unusual. I just wanted to get this idea out. I don't think that this will be popular opinion. I don't think it will be what anybody is going to be talking about in 2029, which, if the 4-year cycle theory is correct, 2029 will probably be the start of XRP's macro ABC correction. Why? So Elliott wave theory, as I said in the last video, everything moves up in waves of 3, but it corrects down in waves of 2. So if the first cycle was 2013 and we had the first high, and the second high was 2017's bull run, even though it was on the 4th of January, which is, yeah, you could, but you have to allow a little bit of artistic, what's it called, impression creation, flair. So 1, 2, and then if 2025 will be the third wave, and potentially like a $20, $30, $40, $50 XRP, then that's a 1, 2, 3 high, and it must come down and correct. And it would do so in an ABC fashion, and we'd probably have an A correction in 2026, 2027 down to the same price region as the consolidation from 2018 to 2024, and then in the 2029 bull market there will be a resistance, and it will probably be slightly higher than the wave 2 top in 2018. So here it will be much lower than the 2025 high, and that will be the 2029 top. People will be so disappointed, but what will come after that will be even better. Why better? Because it will be a fantastic buying opportunity. Yeah, look at this. I'm saying that it's possible that we could be buying XRP down here, way below the above the 2013 and below like wave 1 of the 2017, and that would be like in the, I don't know, let's say 20 cent to, I don't know, 30 cent region. Yeah, that's going to be the buying opportunity that's going to present itself in the bear market of 2031 after the 2029 pump. I haven't quite said that how I thought about it in my head, but anyway, we'll have wave 1 high, wave 2 high, wave 3 high, and then a correction into a lower high for 2029 bull market, into a C correction for the 2031 bear market. This bear market will be a fantastic opportunity to buy, as will this actually in 2026, 2027. You buy it at the bottom, you ride it all the way to the top. I mean, that is an incredible gain. It's not going to be the same as what we're about to experience, but say it is 600%. That's a fantastic gain. Put six grand in, or let's say it 10 grand, and get 60 grand back. I mean, nobody in their right mind could say that that is a bad return over the span of like 2 years, especially if you're using money from the top of 2025 and you're rebuying. Oh my god, what would be the percentage drop? Like a 97% dip. That's about right. 90% would probably be a bit more accurate. Yeah, there you go. So you'd be buying it about the all-time high prices. That kind of makes sense. Maybe it's about here. Yeah, give or take $3.50, $3, $2.90, and then selling potentially over $5. We need to see where macro 2 comes out, because the ABC correction, the B price wave up, will probably be about in line with the wave 2 top, which we're yet to see, which is going to be potentially June to August, and anywhere between $4.50 and say $10. So this B correction is about the right time period, in the right point of time, 2029, and about the right price. So actually, we could be rebuying at 50 cent. But let's do a 90% correction on B. Yeah, so it comes in at about 50%. 50 cent. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. Yeah, maybe about 60 cent. Let's see. Which is an incredible buying opportunity, because then XRP will, once the ABC correction has taken place, and it will span over the course of 8 years, then again we should see a higher high. And a higher high over the $40 region would have to be in the low 90, or like the low, just sub $100 or over $100. And you could probably draw an arc like this, you know, like this. Wow. That's like, you know, just eyeballing it, that puts it in the several $100 region, which would be amazing. Let's do an AB, an impulse wave. Like, it's difficult to draw in real time. You know, it could do something like that. Now, why am I thinking this? Well, I've previously put out a video trying to describe it. Here are my videos. I will send the link. Evening, everybody. I recorded that in 2 years ago, 2023, and then I did a part 2 recorded in 2023. And now this guy here, he's a fantastic technical analyst. He reads like big macro charts. He breaks down Bitcoin into such a simple, stupid format that anybody can understand it. I love his technical analysis. I freaking hate his adverts. His adverts are so cheesy. The guy is actually quite cheesy. He's an American, but his technical analysis is so accurate. It's scary. But he does tend to focus on macro charts. This video here, though, talks about sorry, I click on my adverts because I get sent BAT tokens. This chart here talks about macro financial cycles and crashes. So 1930s, big crash. 1970s, big crash. 2000s, we were around for that big crash. Some of you guys were around for that, you old dinosaurs, but I wasn't. So, you know, big crash, consolidation, 10 years. This video is so insightful. So this guy is talking about Bitcoin, and he's saying that it's never experienced a true global recession. And this is what happens in global recessions. And you'll notice 1930 to 1970 is 40 years, and they generally run for about 10 years. 1970 to 2000s is, well, it's 30 years, but it generally runs for about 10 years. And 2029, I mean, it's 30 years. It kind of lines up. This time period from here to here is 40 years. This time period from here to here is only 30 years. So if 2025 is the global market cycle highs and things start getting very bad financially, well, that would be 40 years, 30 years, 25 years. So it kind of, to me, it, you know, there's a pattern there, and it aligns. So I am suggesting that XRP could go and make a new all-time high. It would be wave 3, and then, you know, this took gosh, a long time. It's 12 years for 1, 2, 3 tops, and it's going to take, I'm suggesting that it could take 8 years for 8 years for the correction pattern to play out. And then in this video here, the second part of the like part two, oh god, I haven't got part 2 up, but whatever. In part 2, I suggested that I speculated that it won't be until 2033, and if four-year cycle theory remains correct, and it should do because it's actually aligned with the US dollar, and when they have to repay the debt on their on 1 2 1 2 technical error there. That's why four-year cycle theory works, because they print money, they pump the crypto markets, and they use the profits from the crypto markets to repay their debt. Tether, USDT, is the US Fed. I don't care what anybody says, it's too freaking obvious now. So pretty much, and Bitcoin is a US government invention. It runs on the SHA-256 algorithm, which was created by the NSA. David Schwartz worked for the NSA, and funnily enough, Ripple has managed to position themselves being a US company, and blah blah blah, as the crypto that's probably highly likely going to be one of the main leaders in the new global financial, quantum financial, digital financial system that's about to go live this year in 2025, with the European Union issuing the digital euro. So I could elaborate on that a lot more, I won't. But yeah, so I'm still strongly believing that you must, if you own crypto, you must cash out absolutely every single crypto in the highs that are coming this year. Wave 2 is coming, then Wave 3. Wave 3 should be between October and December, likely November. You must cash out. You must hold on to that money for 2 years. You must buy the bottom. We can probably predict when the bottom's going to be. I'll be able to do it. Like, it's not difficult. I'll give you a window of opportunity when you need to pile in, and then you must sell at the 2029 top. It will be a lower high from 2025, but it will be slightly higher than 2018. And then the real opportunity comes, this wave C correction in 2030 to 2031. I know I've put it at 2031. This low will be the best buying opportunity of your lives, because what will happen next will blow your socks off, and the price at the top of the first wave in 2033, when the recession is over, will be higher than this price, and then there will be a wave 2 which will come in 20. Let me just make sure that I get it correct. So the bull market will be in 2033, then that will be wave 1, and then in 2037 will be wave 2, which will be the best pump, and then the final wave 3 of that wave will be in 2040. And then there should be an ABC correction again, like so. So you can, if you take those dates that I've just reeled off, I didn't say them particularly clearly, I appreciate, you can plan your life around this, man. If you can't make enough money to survive for 2 years on these highs and then rebuy the bottom, and make enough money to survive for 2 years and rebuy the bottom, like, you're not playing the markets correctly. You don't need to work. But that's my sort of way of thinking about it. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if you resonate or agree with these ideas, but this is totally how I see it. I made a video in 2023 talking about it. I don't know, I wasn't quite talking about the same idea, but yeah, I spoke about it. I could see it. This guy here did a really interesting film only 2 weeks ago. It's really interesting and very worthwhile watching. Hence, I'm making this video here talking about this 1 2 3 ABC. Not financial advice. Enjoy.